the review for the SkyTech gaming keyboard. This one came with my pre-built PC, and this is honestly not that great of a keyboard, but I'll get into that. And start off with, unlike the other keyboard in my other review video, this one does have customizable RGB, but it only comes with 3 settings. So you have this red, blue, and green setting, and then if I press this button right here, it turns into like a yellow, pinkish, into an aqua color. Then if I press it one more time, all the lights turn off. And if you press it on one more time, it goes to like a green, red, and blue, and then it goes back to the other colors. So there's only 3 different actual color settings, as well as this is a full-size keyboard. So unlike the other one that I had, you do have arrow keys, you have all these buttons right here, as well as the numpad. If you're not looking to play games with this thing and you just need it as a secondary keyboard, this is not actually that bad of a choice. The only issues that I would have with this keyboard is, number one, pressing these keys feels extremely clunky and they don't feel that great on your fingers. Whereas something like a gaming keyboard, they're nice and smooth keys. Sometimes they don't activate as quickly as others, but for the most part, they're pretty instant. Someone that needs this for office work, for instance, this is a fine keyboard. You're not gonna have any problems with typing on this thing, minus the fact of that these keys are pretty clunky. The spacebar is really, really big, does not need to be that big. The enter key, this little top part right here, does not need to be here, but it is. And then the numpad, honestly, just use your calculator on your phone or something, because that right there does not need to be there. I would give this keyboard a solid 5 out of 10. Some things that could actually be improved if I were to give this a higher rating is, number one, more customizable RGB. You can't even use this keyboard to be customized on a PC. From the apps that I've used, this keyboard is not compatible with most RGB customizable services, so you're pretty much stuck with the factory built-in RGB that comes with the keyboard. Number two is just the keycaps. They're not that great. If you're somebody that knows about keyboards, you know that the best kind of keyboards have very low actuation points. And not to mention too is the keycaps in general. These ones, obviously you can't feel them as much as I can, but they are very clunky. So smoother keycaps. Why this keyboard is not any lower is because if you're using this solely for office work, you won't have any issues with it. The only thing is that this keyboard is really, really big. My desk is an average sized desk and I can barely fit it on here normally. I have to take up part of the corner of my desk plus the other half of one side. Yes, mainly because I do have a gaming setup to the left of me, but even if I didn't have that there, this keyboard would still take up all of my space, and I wouldn't have any space for something like a mouse pad or even just a mouse in general. And if I did, it would be very, very minimal. So in terms of space usage, I would not recommend this keyboard. I honestly would not recommend a full-size keyboard unless you're somebody that has a desk that's at least 58 inches or bigger.